Surfers Paradise, Newport B, Newport A, Trig Island, Northcliffe, Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, Maroochydore, Dickey Beach, Kurrawa, Avoca, Northcliffe B, Midway in NZ, good to see they're here. Watch out for Met Caloundra from the south side of the sunny coast, and Brighton in South Australia. And already on this side, it is Nat Drobot who's gone off to an absolute flyer there for the Avoca Club. They are flying at the moment. He's done a great job to get through this. A couple of little lumps that'll stop these girls. They go up and over there. And on the far side, maybe Alexandra Headland as well, who snuck through one or two and got off to an absolute flyer. So it was Avoca on one end who really got off like they were shot out of a gun. But now it's Alexandra Headland who've gone to the lead.
Yeah, that might be the puddler there. Sophie Wall from Alexandra Headlands. She's had a fantastic carnival so far. Made the final of the open mixed double. Was unlucky in that under 19, just slewing at the end with her partner there, Mia. But they'll be out here for a fight.
Yeah. A couple off as well there. A few went off very, very hard there at the back. Maybe one of the Newport teams, Surfers Paradise as well. But it's Alex in one, Northcliffe in two. It looks like Avoca in three. The under-17, Olivia Clues paddling up in the under-19s there for Newport, Surfers Paradise, Northcliffe, and then Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, and with Jazzy Raywood on the last leg, I'm assuming, there for the Burleigh Heads. No, that's her on the first leg who's just been clipped. So she's going to have to wind back into it. She was their big gun and the one you'd expect to be sitting on the front, but she's got a little bit of work to do to get back into this.
She was. Jazzy Raywood had a fantastic start, was probably in the lead early on and just copped one straight on the nose. So she was pushed back into about 10th position. You can see her there turning the pink marker. So she has absolutely pinned her ears back. She's trying to peg background, and as she's doing for her team there of Burleigh Heads.
Alex out in front still as they go. Northcliffe working their way into it. As Harold said, they're the defending champions, but with a different team here. Newport goes around. It looks like Mermaid in there as well, doing their best. Northcliffe again as they come round, but our leaders have turned for home. They're really strung out at the moment. No pack sort of established itself, but still Alexandra Headland in the lead. Burleigh starting to wind up, but plenty of work at the back of the field to be done by Trig Island and Northcliffe as well there. You can see that is the task ahead. As the runners start to come, there's plenty of waves on offer as well. Burleigh starting to work into it. Here comes Avoca, and here comes Newport. Northcliffe, they'll all get down it. We'll have a top four on this wave. None of these girls will pull off, that is for sure. So Alex on the left, Newport in there. Oh, in the centre, we take a look at Avoca and Northcliffe. This might get a little tricky on the right-hand side for a couple of these girls. There's two on waves behind, so if they make a mistake, oh, Newport sideways. Newport's gone. She rolls off. It brings her around. At least she's facing straight. The other three have managed to hold on to it. Have they? No. One goes off behind as well. So our two on the far right-hand side, I thought that looked like the worst end, but it ended up being much, much better for these girls.
Yes, disappointment there for our early leaders. We'll bring you, I think it might be Avoca who have done the best of that wave, pulling down there, holding that ski straight. An absolutely fantastic job. There they are, Avoca jumping off their ski now. So that looks like our early leaders after this first leg of the under-19 female ski.
Yeah, they've done a great job up and around there. It looked like Newport was in second place. The other girls spun around very, very quickly, tried to jump back on and get going, but Avoca in one. They'll tag over to Marshall there. She'll get going. Good tag off and away. Two more going in. There goes Dickey Beach. There goes Northcliffe. So a few of these teams would have taken advantage of a few of those slews there, and there was Newport. They were in the lead on that lead wave, but one swim and that can cost you a ski relay title.
Yeah, it's hard to come back after you've had a slew. We can see Alex coming around there now, our early leaders, Alexandra Headland, so they were also one to slew. Harold down on the beach.
Yeah, tough stuff here. So the Northcliffe getting on that right-hand edge of the rip there. Avoca just sliding out to the left. But are we going to see something special again from Avoca? The names of Mitchell, Tame, Fitzsimmons, Jones, legends of the sport. Ken Drobot again, I guess, etch her name into folklore at Avoca history. But at the moment, looks like the clubs of Burleigh Heads and Northcliffe leading us out. Avoca in third.
I don't think there's a club that punches bigger above its weight as not Avoca do. They are unbelievable. You list those names. There's a couple of Olympic medalists in there. There's a couple of ski relay champions, and there are some all-around legends of surf sports. And when you think, oh, that generation's done, they managed to produce another one, and then another one, and then they fill ski relay teams with a couple of girls who have only been paddling a few years, and they get good and they win things. So a big shout out to the Avoca crew there. You love to see the little clubs kicking it with the big ones over here, but at the moment they don't get any bigger than this. Northcliffe, Burleigh, Avoca all side by side. They're going to work at the moment, and out in front that group of three has really blown this race wide open at the moment. And at the halfway mark of this one, if you'd stop it now, these three are going to collect the medals, but it's going to take something huge for the rest of this field to get back into it at the moment, because there's no weak legs in these clubs. They've got really good ski paddlers the whole way down the line, and at the moment out in front it is the Northcliffe Club. Avoca in 2, Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park in 3.
Yeah, that's a fantastic lead for our top 3 competitors. We wouldn't expect the lead to change too much from here, but as we've seen, this break absolutely causing havoc on the way back in for our paddlers. A very, very unsettling break that they've got to negotiate. So we would expect this will be where our lead 3 will come from. Still 1 leg to go in this under-19 ski relay, but it's Northcliffe, Avoca, Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park are our 3 places at the moment.
And I think you're spot on with unsettling there, because you don't mind if it's big or if it's small as long as it's clean. But at the moment there's so much water moving around as Northcliffe starts to go away. But it's that water moving around, you don't get a clean stroke in, you got a little wobble, you go up and over one and you try not to come off. And that's the hardest thing to do in surf sports, I think. And this part of the coast notorious for it, this end of Maroochydore Beach. So Northcliffe gets a run out in front, continues to extend their lead. That nose has got to dip down, but I don't know if it'll be a wave. It's just a little run on the back of one, and a fantastic paddle so far. This is 4th and 5th at the moment. That's Alexandra Headland and Dicky Beach, not too far behind. Dicky Beach, they're a red-hot chance for a medal here. They're very, very good. Not a club you hear of much throughout the season, but the team, Clay and the team down there at Dicky Beach, are doing a fantastic job, especially in terms of ski paddling and the juniors as well. So a big shout-out to them. Oh, sideways. I thought she'd gone off then. She just threw the leg over and waited, get it back together, and that gap for Northcliffe just opens up a little bit more, but Burleigh Heads is on one as well. So Burleigh and Northcliffe 1 and 2, Avoca there. Here's Alex in 4 and Dicky Beach in 5. The race for 3rd place is on.
The gap has certainly closed. We saw a little bit of safe ski paddling there from Avoca. It's better maybe to let one go than to completely lose your ski, but that's really opened up the gap for our leaders. Northcliffe coming around now in 1, just lining up her 3rd paddler. She'll wade out to her out on this bank. Difficult to do after you've just paddled the skis to jump off and run. We think this is 4th and 5th. Maroochydore and Dicky Beach have really closed the gap. Avoca there in 3rd.
Avoca in and around there. They'll tag. A great little work on the line there from her up and away. She's got to get going now. Jump on the tail of the Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park paddle. Have a look at Burleigh go. Absolutely flying at the moment. She's got so much momentum, and that's what we spoke about. If you've got a little bit of a lump or a bump there, you just slow that ski speed down. Harold, you're in the thick of it.
Yeah, hard in chest as a parent. That'll do me. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
We love to hear from her. She did a great paddle there. She's still in the hunt at the moment. They're just getting back onto the tail, so I thought they might have been out of it for a second, but they've got themselves back on at the moment. Northcliffe 1, Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park in 2, Avoca 3, Alexandra Headland 4, Dicky Beach in 5. It looks like Curra in 6, maybe Morty Alec in 7th place there, and a couple others trying to work their way into this race at the moment. This one's far from over, because if a set comes through, we could have a couple go sideways. Sarah Locke there for the Newport Club, paddling Newport back into it at the moment. So I said Alex and Dicky Beach. Here come Newport. They've wound their way back into this one nicely.
Yeah, you can see the rating lift when they get out into that green water. But as you mentioned before, the paddler there from Burleigh Heads, just a higher rating than our leader paddler there from Northcliffe. She had a bit of a look around and saw how quickly that gap has closed, which saw her lift her rating as well. So she's holding on to that lead at the moment, the paddler from Northcliffe, but absolutely no gap back now to 2nd place, Burleigh Heads.
This is the equation at the moment. Northcliffe in 1, Burleigh in 2, Avoca in 3, Newport has moved up into 4th place, Dicky Beach in 5, and here we go, up the inside for Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. She tries to make a move. Northcliffe identifies it, cuts off that space, makes sure she can't get the nose in there and goes back to the front. The Burleigh girl eases off and thinks, I'll make my move next time. You don't want to do it at this turning can here. It's very, very tough to get around. She'll use the tail of her ski, the Northcliffe's lady, to just ease that around there, and I guarantee when you turn for home, this Burleigh girl's going to wind it up again and try and go for broke. It's all or nothing here, an Australian title on the line, under-19 women's ski relay final, Northcliffe, Burleigh, the two Gold Coast powerhouses, almost side by side. Here comes Burleigh, she's got to run up alongside of there, and they just ease off. Avoca's not out of it. Out the back, I don't think Newport's out of it either, because there's a little lump there as well, so the race for third, and even the gold is still on for both those clubs. They've just got to find the right runner that potentially turns into a wave.
No real clear winner at the moment. Avoca is searching for a wave. She's looking behind her shoulder. She can feel a little bump pick her up now as she's trying to close that gap. Northcliffe doing an amazing job. She's answering every call that's thrown at her, and she's maybe got down a little one on her own.
If she gets over this and holds it, this could be the gold medal right here. She's done a fantastic job. I think it's Nikita Nijssen-Séran, the gold medalist from the Queensland State. Here the nose dips down. She's concentrating. Burleigh not too far behind. One mistake will lose you the gold medal, but Northcliffe, they've done everything right for the last 2.5 legs. They can see the finish line. They can see the gold medal. It's almost there. What a paddle, up and away. The sprint finish is on. You can see the enthusiasm there. She is leaving everything out there on the beach at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, Northcliffe will be your under-19 Australian ski relay champions for 2024. The smile finally comes on her face. What a race that was. Two of the biggest clubs in the sport, two of the powerhouses side by side to the very finish. We love to see it. Burleigh heads Mowbray Park in second place, and I think Avoca will grab the bronze, and another medal for Avoca. You love to see it.
We expected them to be up there, and they haven't disappointed. Avoca coming across the line there in third, Burleigh heads in two, but all class were Northcliffe. Too good in that final leg. She had the pressure put to her, and she was able to answer the call. So a well-deserved gold medal to our Northcliffe team.
Harold, our man in the sand, hopefully you've got our winners.
Yeah, back-to-back, ladies. 2 of the 3 from last year, and then backing it up. How does that feel? Flat water last year to these really, really tricky conditions today, Alyssa.
Oh, it's just so nice. We've had almost the same team since under-17s, and we've won for 3 years in a row, is it? So just so stoked. Nikki had the best paddle and just pulled down that wave at the end to get us a win.
Yeah, you came across the run, Nikki, a little bit perplexed, all the nerves coming in. You knew you had to send it, and you've just nailed it.
Oh, yes, I was just keep paddling, keep the speed up and hold it straight. This is my only chance, just go for it.
You came through Emmy, through the middle there, bit of work to do, and just held on to that lead.
Yeah, I knew coming off Alyssa that, yeah, it was going to be pretty tough to get away from the other teams, but yeah, I'm really glad that I managed to give Nikki just a little bit so she could sort of make some better decisions going in and out, so yeah.
So we're going to call that the 3-peat. Northcliffe, anyone you want to thank?
Flatty, just for coaching us and supporting us every day to be ski paddlers. She's given me her ski this carnival, so I'm very lucky to have her.
So good. Ladies and gentlemen, the under-19 ski relay champions, BMD Northcliffe.
3 years in a row we heard there from the girls. Very, very impressive, and what a team to go through to the open ranks.
Yeah, the Bailey girls, very, very good paddlers, and Alyssa leading off there, unbelievable. She was really, really good in the middle. Emerson Hardy there, and Nikita Nijssen-Séran, as I said, Queensland champion in the under-19 girls ski race. Did a great job, and you can see here early on, a couple of these teams got away really well, and then 1 or 2 just got clipped, and that's not what you wanted. Made life very, very hard for themselves, and we saw a couple of different teams sort of work their way into it, but this was the key moment here. The 2 teams on the left-hand side, Alex and Newport, they went off. The 2 teams on the right, they worked their way this one very, very well, and they ended up running first and third there. They got themselves the medal, and Burleigh did well to work their way back into the race after not the start Jazzy Raywood would have wanted, but she's a class act. That was her in the background there. And the future's bright in ski paddling for all of these clubs.
Yeah, she fought very, very hard to get her team back into contention, Burleigh heads, but it was almost a flawless performance really from our lead teams, the Northcliffe and the Avoca Beach team. Not many mistakes made at all, and when you get to Aussie finals, they're very unforgiving. One mistake will cost you a medal.